These are just new emails I received since the last video of emails I recorded. So I received this 5 hours ago. This is a response of telecom companies. So they are now complaining that, about the fact that I posted our correspondence, which I have full right to do, and they are always changing the person. It's always different person when they are answering, which is something very strange, because when you have some case, you usually give it to one person, not, you don't have a different person answering every single time on different request of the same case, another different person. I recorded and explained these emails that I'm now showing. So they practically ignored me. This is my mail from 16th this month. Again, different name. They practically ignored me until I started putting everything on internet, on YouTube. Basically what they did. What kind of frauds they committed. It started in December. Even before that, in December, this is when it was really really obvious. So in December 2019, they explained the rest. So this is email I started. This reply I started, but I sent it by mistake, so it's incomplete. And this is a email to their complaint that I actually can commit a crime if I'm posting conversation. It's not true. So they are state company. There is nothing private here except my data. I can post my private data whenever I want and wherever I want. And you saw that they are giving just their names, so not surnames. And I'm giving all my data, except I'm a scientist, and I basically, by definition, science is public, and everything I'm doing should be public. So something that I sent. Sorry, these are the people that I sent this email to. So I explained that in this email that I don't have the right according to criminal law when I'm protecting some of my basic, not just basic, just human rights, such as in my case, right to human property, to private property, which I explained in detail why I don't have, why I have problem with accessing my private property in country where I was born and where I grew up. Well, long story short, state institutions protect the murderer. I explained that in other videos why they're protecting her. So they tried to set me up multiple times, and I basically cannot go there anymore. Cannot go to place where I was born. So again, this is that message where I explained in details why I can post everything, record and post everything, all the details. Everything is technical, so I can do that for various reasons. And let's see, is there something else? This is just, yeah. This is again their response of telecom company. They are reporting potential spam, but in their email there is nothing about that spam. So I can only guess what this is. This might be, and I notify them about that. That you need to have message that is actually suspected as a potential spam. So they did that wrong too, and this is just confirmation. I don't care about that anymore. Confirmation by DA, one of the prosecution officers. So let's see, is there something else? This is nothing. This is generic. Yeah, I explained this in previous video, but one of previous videos, but I need to explain it again. So this is a so-called Royal Academy of Science and Arts of Serbia. Although Serbia is republic, it's not monarchy. So I don't know why they exist in the first place. So when I sent them on 16th, 16th this month, they just this is just generic response. They will respond in as soon as possible. Then yesterday I sent them 14 hours ago. I asked them what's happening with my with the response they should send me, and I give and I asked one very interesting question. So one of their prominent, I'll just open the video, prominent members, prominent, it depends on the context, if she's prominent or not. So I asked, because I noticed that she's also a Hatha Yoga master, so yoga is Satanism. You can see that in Gods of New Age. I think that's the name of the documentary. It was explained in details. So I asked them what's happening with my case, case quoted, and then asked why this lady, I will show you here. So what was it was 18 seconds.
Uzet za određene službe, nećemo ih sad imenovati,
So she's talking about Epstein. You can see here Epstein and Bill Gates. Maybe I should play it from the time where she actually stated that it's Epstein. It would be much clearer, but I need to mute my mic.
Svetska je jedna beznačajna ličnost. Epstein, ajde da skratim. Zato sam uzela aferu Epstein, pošto preko nje sve objašnjamo. Ko je bio Epstein? Ajde da skratimo, nije on uopšte bitan. On je jedna beznačajna ličnost, ali odigrao je ulogu. Znači, to je čovjek koji je uzet za određene službe, nećemo ih sad imenovati. 2 velike službe svetske su ga koristile, barem 2, a vjerojatno i više od tih, kako da kažem, nisu to tajne, to više nego jel tako, to je...
Službe
pa da.
Okay, so she's basically talking some nonsense, trying to explain Epstein, but obviously she knows nothing about him, or she pretends that knows nothing about him. So basically she said that he's not important, and which is completely untrue. So he's very, very important, because he was an actor, as the other people who are also actors, and there was an excellent documentary on them, on those so-called masters of Wall Street. I don't know exactly what's the name, but it's an old documentary. So it exposes them completely. So he's extremely, extremely important, and everything that's happening, all those fake crises, shows that he's extremely, extremely important. I mean, he as a person might not be that. And I actually explained that in one of my videos, quoting Mr. Pinker, Steven Pinker, actually Dr. Pinker. but the whole thing, the whole scenery around him is very, very important. That's why he is important, because he obviously was a mediocre, but they made him look like he's not, for very, very important reasons. So he was not just an actor, he was a trainer. He was training those girls. I explained that in one of my videos, but I haven't translated it to Serbian. It's the video on warning to Serbian state institutions prior to reporting them for international organized crime. It's on my channel. So this is what I got when I sent that email. Yeah, and one more very important thing. This is actually the main reason I asked them. So I asked here why she said that the services, intelligence services, or simply intelligence, Epstein worked for. So she said there are two important world popular intelligence, and of course this is Mossad and CIA, but she said they are not important. So I asked here why she thinks that they are not important. Why exactly? So I also noted here that those intelligence services completely lost their credibility, and otherwise Bibi, this is usually Bibi is I don't know if there is some other person which is nicknamed Bibi, but this is Netanyahu. This is how they call him. Otherwise they will be holding a speech on Cybernet in the last 2 years, but he didn't do that. So when Epstein affair scandal broke out, so he after that he haven't delivered any speech on cyber tech in Tel Aviv, and you can see by looking and listening to his other speeches. The last one is 2019, because it's in January usually. Cybertech is in January, so he was very proud of it. I mean, that's tech, that's high tech. Every person, every citizen of every country would be proud to prove some advanced technology and advanced knowledge. Okay, so it says here that address not found, and I checked out what will happen if I go here. And it looks like as if they have problems. Yeah, as if their server is down. But this is what I thought until I received 2 other messages. So this is one of them. Again, this is email that I sent to other group of recipients, the longer one. So in this group are some of the ministries, the government, and some other institutions, church, and so on and so on. So different organizations, some of them are state, some are not, and so on and so on. So NGOs, etc. Some professors who are trying to look smart, but actually they're doing completely opposite. So this is the same email I sent before. And this is what I got. So address not found, but this I can access this server, this website, and it is very interesting that this is a website of Faculty of Medicine in Niš. This is a city in Serbia. So for some reason they either blocked my blacklisted me, or but it is not what I received here. So Faculty of Medicine in Niš, city in Serbia. And again I received another one. So this is from organization which is I don't know, can be considered NGO in some sense. So let's see. Oops. What's their name? Because I forgot. Uzuz. So it's organization for protection of I forgot how to. Of constitution and legality of the law. So I don't know what I asked them, because I cannot now look into email I sent them, the part that is related to them. But I remember that when the guy who is actually representing this society, this is actually society, so he commented recently on one pedophile scandal that broke out in I think March or April, so it's in Serbia. So a lot of high profile, I mean quoted people are involved, so-called politicians and so on, and even some ambassadors. And then suddenly everything stopped. But before everything stopped, of course, because ambassadors are mentioned, before everything stopped, the guy from this society was giving some sort of an interview, and he talked about that scandal, but he didn't mention that since ambassador is involved, it's international. And I think this is exactly what I asked him. So okay, this is about emails that I received. Let's see what I sent. This is I discussed this. So there are two emails, actually one, because there are two recipient groups. So let's open everything to be sure that's. Let's see the date. Yeah, 18th. And this is the date. I discussed that this is about pigs and dogs. And this is for a company of delivering electric energy. So for the director, I notified him that if he's is trying to disconnect me from the network, it will be the same thing as with director of telecom company. And I told him to stop playing dumb. And that it means a lot, because even Russian embassy is not responding. So that means that in this context, behind this is the real mafia. So the mafia who is actually controlling governments, so-called authorities, which are not authorities. So this explain that. So I mentioned some other thing that we mentioned before, and so on, so on. Yeah, that nobody sent me their CV. Nobody from who is no person that is working in state institutions has sent me a single person can send me a CV, detailed CV, as the one I created here. This is my CV details, but I think I missed 2 references. I'll add that in the description. So then is there anything else important here? Yeah, I warned him again that if he tries something, he will need to pay for my damages, because the law now currently is not actually the law is written in the way that in most of the cases the state is paying, even if somebody committed a fraud. So in rare cases the person itself will pay. So in case I'm talking about state institutions, including doctors, so usually the state is paying, which means the taxpayers are paying. So are paying. So when somebody is from state institutions does something wrong to you, then actually you are paying for that. And but as I explained here, this law is illegal. So the state pays only and only in cases when it's not a human factor. Only in that case. Everything else is a fraud and it's illegal. So yeah, I also notified him that well, not just him, this is for all those people in the list. And that it means a lot that YouTube is not removing my videos. They removed one, but they were bluffing. Otherwise, they would report me, as I explained in one of my videos. They would report me to state institutions and to international institutions, because I insulted directly even foreign officials. But I cannot do that because those foreign officials committed serious crimes, and they are not in the position to sue anyone for anything. So that's that part. Then this is I notified here this guy that I created a video about. So the guy who is owner of Center for Forensic Investigations, and I sent him a video that I created about him, but poor excuses that he received email but immediately deleted it without reading it, because it was unknown sender, which is I mean more than beyond ridiculous. And this is again for Synod, which is the highest level body of Serbian Orthodox Church, and for Patriarch. So he is the person at the top of Serbian Orthodox Church. Then I warned them again. They are breaking the law, because I suspect that some of them are threatening my brother. So here he's not responding to my emails and my calls, and yeah, Viber messages. And I gave him some important videos, new videos I uploaded, and especially this one. I noticed that this one is very special, very important. So this is the one which explains when a citizen can act as state prosecution. So so these are the videos. You can read their titles, and I just forwarded that email to other group of recipients. So this is mostly prosecution in courts and police and army, and at the end there is a list of journalists. So mostly, I mean, all of them are actually actually news agencies, sorry, from Serbia, except Al Jazeera Balkans. Yeah, it's here, Al Jazeera Balkans. And just to show that this is the email. Yeah, so this is the same email. And of course there are other emails from this email thread, a lot of them. So that's basically it.